Going to tell my wife I want a divorce today. Working up the nerve. We got married about 3 years ago. A few months after our wedding I found out she was cheating on me. I was so hurt and angry, but after discussing it I decided we could try to make things work and I could work on my communication and to be the kind of husband she wouldn't cheat on again. About a year later I left for active duty orders for about 7 months. I came to her sleeping with the messing "I love you" to another man on her phone. I left that night and knew I wanted to leave. I was still in love, so I ended up foolishly coming back to try again. Somehow I found out that she's been in touch with the same man again through a music app. They communicate by changing the names of playlists with no songs in them to say what they want to say. It's been killing me to act normal while watching the playlist names change. Last night was the worst, but at least I know for sure the extent of her cheating. She has said she loves him and want to love all over him, and she stated something about sleeping with him. I was a fool to believe that it was only emotional cheating. I guess I just wanted to believe things could still work out. She is the only person I've been with. Almost 11 years, since I was 18. The only person that's ever shown interest in me. So my self-esteem is at an all-time low. I know I'm not very good at communicating, but I was trying to work on it and still will. I think I treated her well still. I kept our home clean and in order. Went on nice vacations, always stopped what I was doing to greet her when she came home from work since I work from home. I feel lost, and I suppose I'm just typing this up to get it out since I don't really have anyone to talk to. When she comes home today I'm going to tell her I need a divorce and I refuse to spend another day of my life with someone who loves another man. I don't think I did anything to deserve this. Update: she came home from work. I told her we need to get divorced and she immediately started yelling at me that all I care about is film stuff, I want to make short films, and going on hiking trips. We traveled a lot, but she never wanted to do certain hiking trips that I do. She is really good at making me feel bad. I told her maybe if she never cheated on me in the first place I would have been able to work harder to fix things. She packed some stuff and I left after telling her that she doesn't get to do this to me, and she said she is allowed to love more than one person. I left until she was gone and now I am home alone trying to feel better and think what to do next. Comments: she is communicating through playlists on a music app? WTF. That is next level sneakiness. Which only demonstrates that 1. She doesn't want to get caught, and 2. Doesn't want to lose the sweet deal she's got, having her cake and eating it too. If I may offer this advice, do not tell her you want a divorce today, or ever. She'll only change tactics on you to keep you around and be able to cover up her cheating even more. Get your exit plan in order, like finding where to live, get divorce papers completed and then serve them up to her when you are in a position of strength. If your reserves or AD, as you alluded to, base/CMD legal can help get you started and pointed in the right direction. You deserve better. The kind of husband she wouldn't cheat on? Dude, you're not a perfect husband. There's no such thing, but the decision to have an affair with someone when you've promised to be faithful to another is an act of treachery and betrayal. Don't ever think you can control someone else's behavior. All you can do is have boundaries and enforce them. You shouldn't tell her. At least now. You should get a lawyer and prepare the papers, then serve her at her place of work to avoid confrontation. She convinced you to get back while you shouldn't. Your problem is you think she loves another man, and that means you have probably many problems with low self-esteem. This you have to work out, probably with the help of a good therapist. But the point is she might manipulate you into staying again. So it's better you get your ducks in a row. You visit your lawyer and chose a good one. After checking your options you can get papers ready and someone serve her. After serving her, have her removed from the house, then use 180 and gray rock techniques to not fall into her sweet talk. She will try to manipulate you again, but you can only fall for it if you let her. That's why 180 and gray rock. Also, these are techniques, so you can study them and apply. You have been abused in this relationship. She broke your trust and your soul. It's only natural that you are lost. Like, for example, is normal for you to have pain when you broke one leg. That is the natural. I mean, there's nothing wrong about what you are feeling. She broke you so you feel broke. That is the natural way of things. In fact, it would be very strange if you didn't feel broke. That's why you need support, and if you have access, you will also need a therapist, mainly to get your self-esteem built from the ground, since she used your low self-esteem to predate on you. You can do better. In fact, it seems at your professional field you are not faring bad actually, so don't berate yourself, you will do fine. In fact, you can use your divorce as the first time you put your foot down and stood for yourself. Stand for yourself and get back that self-respect. Once you get it, you will be the king you are born to be. Inconvenient truth about infidelity. My credentials: M54, married for 24 years to F47 who at EA/PA with her yoga instructor. 2 children, F21 and M18. Suspicion, investigation, exposure and aftermath follow the classic pattern: he's just a friend, you're paranoid/jealous, concealment, gaslighting, blame shifting, revisionist marital history, forgiveness, tentative reconciliation, multiple D-days, separation, individual counseling and pending divorce. The only steps we skipped were: 1. I didn't insist on full disclosure of everything they did, didn't see that information as very useful, and 2. We communicated so well and extensively after exposure that we didn't see any benefit to MC. So what's the inconvenient truth? Every relationship ends. Yep, every single one. Your relationship will end via either of 2 possible routes: A. the death of you or your partner, or B. you and or your partner decides to voluntarily terminate the relationship. If you did not want the relationship to end, you will find termination of the relationship to be very disturbing, emotionally difficult and life-altering. This will be the case whether your partner died, cheated on you, abused you, fell out of love with you, or simply decided, for whatever reason, she/he no longer wishes to remain in a romantic relationship with you. Trust me, if you did not want your relationship to end, you won't feel better if your partner informs you he or she no longer wants to remain in the relationship with you rather than engages in an affair. You may have more personal respect for a former partner who did not cheat, but that won't make the end of the relationship more emotionally palatable if you didn't want it to end. You still will, and should, mourn the end of the relationship. So what's the significance of infidelity? Nothing more than an inflection point at which one, or both, of the partners must decide whether the relationship should end, or not. For the cheater, the infidelity may be an exit affair, or not. For the betrayed, the infidelity may be a deal breaker, or not. In any case, the affair presents a decision point at which each partner should answer the following question: do I want this relationship to end or to continue? In the latter case, it's technically not possible for the relationship to continue. Rather, the decision is whether to start a new relationship with your partner after all you've both learned about the relationship and each other from the affair. Too often, far too much attention is paid to the infidelity. What happened? How did it happen? Why did it happen? What does it mean? The consumption of all this emotional and intellectual energy detracts from thoughtfully answering the true question: will it be better for me if this relationship ends now, or if I enter into a new relationship with my partner? The path forward is always the same: acceptance. You must accept what happened. You must accept where you now are as a consequence of what happened. You must accept that your future happiness will depend upon the decisions you make, rather than what your partner did or what happened in the past. Comments. True, but it's much more polite, dignified and respectful to end the relationship with someone you once claimed to truly love, forever and ever, with a divorce rather than sneaking around behind their back, exposing you to STDs, lies, deceit, unnecessary trauma, humiliation, possible financial infidelity and public ridicule. If you, for some reason, fall out of love, then end it as humanely as possible. You're the one who effed up and said I do and forever and always when actually, you weren't really sure if you were in marital forever true love. If you screwed up, lied to yourself, didn't do your due diligence before committing to lifelong marriage, wasting your spouse's time, and realized down the road that you never should have gotten married, then divorce humanely. Don't psychologically gore and then divorce rape your spouse as many cheaters do with their warped sense of entitlement. As for betrayed spouses, yes, look at cheating as one of the inevitable ends of a relationship. The relationship, as you knew it, is over. Done. Humans are unpredictable and humans change. Just move on to a new chapter and only look back on the good memories. Any couple who decides to enter into a new relationship, as you put it, needs to first burn the old relationship to the ground with either a legal divorce or a breakup. You don't just say we're starting over and poof like that, a new relationship magically appears. It doesn't work like that. Decisive action must be taken to make the old relationship null and void. All in all, it's always better to leave the cheater and start fresh without the emotional baggage. I'd rather be lonely than live the rest of my life in anger with someone who didn't value me enough to not jump into bed with someone else.